In 1781, an English astronomer named William Herschel was patiently sweeping the night sky with a telescope he had built with his own hands. He was searching for comets, faint wanderers drifting through the darkness. But instead, he noticed something unusual, an object that moved too slowly and too steadily to be a comet. As nights turned into months, astronomers realized this strange body was circling the sun in a calm, distant path, just like a planet. They named it Uranus. As observations improved, however, something wasn't quite right. Uranus didn't follow the precise path predicted by Newton's laws of gravity. Its orbit showed a subtle but persistent wobble, small enough to miss at first glance, yet significant enough to concern astronomers. A French mathematician, Urbain Le Verrier, sat down with nothing more than equations, ink, and paper and proposed a bold solution. An unseen planet must be tugging on Uranus. From that gravitational disturbance alone, he calculated where this hidden world should be. Astronomers aimed their telescopes at the exact spot Le Verrier predicted, and there it was, Neptune, sitting precisely where the math said it would be. Now, fast forward to the present day. For years, scientists have been combing the farthest reaches of the solar system in search of a hypothetical giant known as Planet 9, a massive, distant world lurking in the cold, black outskirts. But while eyes were fixed far out in the abyss, something else was quietly leaving clues behind. Something nearer, something unexpected, something researchers are now calling Planet Y. Welcome to Cosmic Chronicles. We have noticed that 91% of you that watch this channel frequently do not subscribe. If you've ever enjoyed my video, please could you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. It helps this channel more than you know, and the bigger the channel gets, the more valuable content you enjoy. Beyond Neptune, starting around 30 astronomical units from the Sun, stretches the Kuiper Belt, a vast frozen reservoir of icy fragments, dwarf planets, and primordial debris, the leftover building blocks from the solar system's formation. It's dark, frigid, and ancient, and it's been quietly signaling that something is wrong. According to orbital mechanics, the Kuiper Belt should lie mostly flat, like a vinyl record spinning smoothly on a turntable. Nearly all the solar system's mass resides within this same flat plane. But recent observations revealed an oddity. Between 80 and 200 astronomical units, that orderly disk is warped. A distinct group of icy objects shows a shared tilt of about 15 degrees. Their orbits pitch above and below the solar system's plane, moving like a wobbling spinning top rather than a smooth record. By the rules of physics, this tilt shouldn't survive. Over billions of years, the gravitational influence of Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune should have erased it. The fact that it persists means something is actively maintaining it, something unseen, continually stirring the Kuiper Belt from the shadows. Naturally, attention turns to the infamous Planet 9. For years, astronomers have speculated about a distant mini-Neptune, hundreds of astronomical units away. But there's a serious problem. Planet 9 is predicted to orbit far beyond 400, possibly as far as 800 astronomical units. For context, Voyager 1, humanity's most distant probe, is only about 165 astronomical units out. A planet that distant is simply too far away to produce this localized 15-degree warp. Planet 9 doesn't fit the evidence, so researchers at Princeton University turned to simulations. They analyzed the tilted objects, reconstructed the warp, and asked powerful supercomputers a simple question: what kind of hidden mass could create exactly this effect? The answer was surprising. Not a gas giant, but a solid, rocky planet. A terrestrial world with a mass somewhere between Mercury and Earth, orbiting quietly within the 80 to 200 astronomical units region. They call it Planet Y. Its existence would upend everything we think we know about how the solar system formed. Our models predict that the solar nebula, the cloud of gas and dust that gave rise to the planets, would have been far too thin at those distances to build a rocky world that large. That leaves two astonishing possibilities. First, planet Y may have formed much closer to the Sun, alongside Earth, Venus, and Mars. In the violent early solar system, a gravitational encounter with a migrating Jupiter or Saturn could have flung it outward, exiling it to the frozen frontier, a lost sibling stranded in the dark. Second, planet Y could be an interstellar orphan, a rogue planet drifting through the galaxy until it passed too close to the Sun and became gravitationally captured. Either way, imagine standing on its surface. At roughly 150 astronomical units, the Sun would no longer dominate the sky. It would appear as nothing more than the brightest star in an endless night, too weak to warm the ground or cast a shadow. Temperatures would hover just above absolute zero, cold enough to freeze nitrogen solid. Any atmosphere would likely have long since collapsed, just a frozen crust beneath a black, silent sky. And yet, this dead world would still wield immense gravitational influence, shepherding ice and debris across the Kuiper Belt like an invisible hand. So why haven't we seen it? Because space is unimaginably vast. At that distance, planet Y receives only a whisper of sunlight, and whatever faint light it reflects must cross that enormous gulf back to Earth. Worse still, we don't know exactly where to look. A planet that distant takes more than 1,800 years to complete a single orbit. Against the background stars, it barely moves. Finding it means taking repeated, ultra-sensitive images of the same sky for years and spotting a single pixel that drifts. But our chances are improving. High in the Chilean Andes, the Vera C. Rubin Observatory has finally opened its eyes. After more than 2 decades of development, it achieved first light in June 2025 and began full operations later that year, with its legacy survey of space and time launching in early 2026. Its 8.4-meter mirror and 3,200 megapixel camera will image the entire southern sky every few nights for the next decade. It was built for this exact hunt. If planet Y lies within its gaze, we'll find it. Imagine what that discovery would mean. 9 planets once again, but not the one we expected. A frozen Earth, a hidden neighbor, just one light day away. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, consider becoming a member to support the channel. And don't forget to subscribe to Cosmic Chronicles.